It's now time for the Thanksgiving episode of the Lust2Learn podcast. Sit back, relax, unless you're driving, and watch us on YouTube. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts. It's the Lust2Learn Show.
This is the theme song for the Lust2Learn Show.
Yeah, probably. I know it was way before. I think not way before I was born, because I was born in 74. So.
Yeah. And, yeah, pretty much, when I went, before everything hit the fan, when me and my sister went to go to the, punk rock museum.
Yeah.
That's where, that picture I showed you of that girl, she's like, oh, he walked me down the aisle, because my dad passed away. That singer, Monkey, the band The Addicts, they dress up as like the Droogies from Clockwork Orange.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so the whole persona is based off, not persona, but they like sing songs about that movie and stuff.
Have you ever heard of a group called, I think it's Foxy Shazam?
No.
They did most of the soundtrack for the second season of Peacemaker. They're kind of punkish, I guess, but my definition of punk could be different.
Anything could be punk rock.
Anything can be?
Anything can be.
Smoke in your bedroom?
It's The Office. You see the plaque right there? It's The Office.
Yeah, your degree. Have you ever seen the movie Almost Famous?
No.
It's about a kid. It's a true story about a teenage kid who wants to be a writer, and so he sends like a story he wrote to Rolling Stone magazine, and they pay him to cover a rock group. And so he has to go on tour with the rock group, and it's all this shit the rock group does, partying, and he's supposed to be covering it all, and then he becomes friends with the rock group, and they're like, you can't be friends with them, because then you're not going to be able to like truly be honest in your writing. You can't be friends with them. And he obviously does become friends with them, but there's a scene where they're trying to get out of doing a gig, and there's a guy who yells, "Lock the gates!" So they can't get out. Well, that guy, Mark Maron, has that podcast that it ended, but it was a great called What the Fuck. And his opening scene was like him playing a guitar riff, because the guy really does play guitar. And it was, "Lock the gates!" was his line from the movie. And he used that as his opening to his podcast.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Hunter J. Thompson. Was it Hunter S. Thompson? He joined the Hell's Angels.
Oh, yeah. Almost Famous is good. It's like one of those coming of age movies, and it's cool that it's based on a true story. Like the writer and director of the movie, it was all about him when he was growing up, and he really did go on tour with, I don't know, like the Rolling Stones or something when he was 15. And they don't use the name the Rolling Stones. They make up a group for the movie. Like in the rock band in the movie, the lead singer is the guy from is Jason Lee from My Name Is Earl. Whatever that show.
He was a good actor, dude.
He was in all the Kevin James movies.
Yeah, dude. He was funny.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Whatever happened to him?
I just saw a clip. I didn't listen to it, but I saw a clip of him talking about how he got the name Earl for his TV show. But he was like a professional skateboarder, and Kevin Smith found him at like a pro skateboarding event.
And just made him into an actor?
Yeah, because he was like in Mallrats. He obviously had the best lines.
Yeah, he did.
Like stink palming.
And fucking, even in Jane Silent Bob, just his little short segment he had, it was like, Mac, 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 Mania.
I forgot what movie it was when it was like, I think I'm growing up. I'm too mature for this humor. For Kevin Smith. I think it was when I went and saw Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. It was like, it's just over the top, and I think I'm getting too mature. And then I watched it again when it came out on DVD. I was like, no, this is funny. And then I really loved Clerks too. Clerks, the first original Clerks is good, but when Clerks 2 came out, it was like, oh man, this is everything he wanted to do in the first one, everything he wanted to say in the first one, and like the whole argument between the trilogies.
Oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings.
There's one ring to rule them all. Or the guy Randall talking about his racist grandma. He doesn't realize she was racist because she would just sit on talk about the porch monkeys. All right, that was it.
Nice.
Hey, the guy who did that movie that you said was your favorite, that you're gonna use my joke for in just a little bit. He made another movie with Colin Farrell, and it's got this weird Irish name to it, like the Banshees of Inisherin or something like that.
Oh, he did that one?
Yes.
Dude, I was gonna tell you about that one.
That movie is one of my favorites. It's one of those that when people watch it, they're like, what the fuck is this? But the whole concept, like the guy cutting his fingers off because he gets mad at his, he just shows up one morning. You know what? We've been best friends, but I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw The Lobster.
Yeah.
That was a trippy movie.
Yeah. There's little things about that movie that again, when you're watching it with people who have never seen it, and who I know don't like quirky movies like that, it's funny to me because see their reaction when John C. Reilly's hand goes in the toaster. Or
oh yeah, dude. I was like, when they bring out the toaster, I was like, is it against the law to have the toaster in your room? But then they do the opposite. I'm like, oh crap. I was like, this movie nuts.
Or they have to make sure that they can be pleasured when they meet their mate. So the maid like gyrates on their pelvis and in their crotch every morning.
Yeah, dude, that movie's nuts. But I didn't know he made that movie.
He didn't make that movie. He just made the
ahorita miro.
Spanish?
Yeah. That's my first language.
Was
You didn't know that? No, I'm glad you just found that out.
I thought it was Mandarin.
No, I actually speak Spanish.
All right, so our strip story. Heather and I went and we got this great deal back in September. It was 2 nights at the middle of the strip, the Flamingo Hotel. It's a property. Like 2 nights at the Flamingo for $300, but it included a $200 food and beverage voucher. So really in our heads, it's like, okay, we're going to go and have a nice dinner, but we're only going to pay really $100 for the room. So first night we went to dinner, used our voucher. We went to a steakhouse that had a special $49.99 for all you can eat prime rib. It wasn't a buffet. It was like a really nice sit down prime rib dinner. So I got 1 slice of prime rib, and then they said, would you like another? I said, yes. And I only ate maybe a third, maybe a quarter of it, second slice. And the waiter comes over, would you guys like boxes? And yes. Heather says, yes, I'd like a box for mine. And I said, yeah, I'll take a box for mine too. And he says, you can't get a box to go because yours was a special.
Why do you offer a box?
Well, the other part is they'd rather throw the food away than give it to the customer who paid for it. Like that bothered me. That was Jack Binion's Horseshoe Steakhouse. So then the next day, Heather and I, we walked 13,000 steps. We were just like being tourists for the day, just going to all the shops, and we didn't gamble really, but just go see what's out there. And it got to be like dinner time, and we said, let's just do it. Let's go to Hell's Kitchen.
I heard the place is good.
It was delicious. So we got in line. We said, we don't have reservations, like 4:15. We don't have reservations, but we'd like to see about getting a table. And she wouldn't even look up from her paper. She says, no reservations. All we have available is the bar. So Heather and I looked at each other and said, no room in the bar, so let's leave. We go outside. I go online, make reservations for 4:30, and then go back in. So I'm in line again. I said, I'm back. And so we sit down. We're looking at the menu, which is not cheap. I'd never had beef Wellington, I finally had it, and it was delicious. But they gave us a special menu, and we thought it was a dinner for 2. And it had beef Wellington, it had an appetizer of scallops, and it came with dessert. $160. We're like, okay, let's just splurge. We don't ever do this. Let's splurge. It was $160 per person.
Oh shit!
We didn't know that until we got the bill. My old fashioned, which was amazing, they came in this huge smoked glass container that they have you open it and videotape it while you're doing it. I'll have to send you the video. And then we get the bill, and after tip, it was $400. And we're like, oh shit.
That's a good fucking thing right there. Oh my god!
What are we gonna do?
And we complained about the $25 fucking Emeralds.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm drinking, it was like, you know what? Marco and I had the $25 best drink I've ever had, and this comes pretty close. But that was $25, and we were like, oh man, our dinner was just $400. Every time we go to eat out from now on, if we think it's too expensive, we'll be like, well, it's no Hell's Kitchen.
Well, if there's no price on it, then you know.
Well,
they don't
there
price
was. We just misread it. So it said 160.
Miscounted.
Yeah. It said dinner 160, and it had all these like it was just a separate menu. And it wasn't like you could pick other things. It was like, here's the set menu if you go with this. And then it said 2 wine accompanied, and it was another price. So I saw the 2 and it was like, okay, this is a meal for 2 for 170. That's expensive for us. Let's get the meal for 2. And it was like, yeah, it's his beef Wellington, which is what he's known for. It was a dessert, which was amazing. So the food, it wasn't like we paid $400 and the food was shitty. Food was delicious. But when we got the bill, I was like, oh shit. It was $160 per person.
Oh no. I'm in danger.
So the kids don't get Christmas.
Oh fuck. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. So we want to talk about pet peeves, but I know you had a lot going on this week, and
Oh yeah.
when you called me in the hotel room, and you were talking about how you wanted to have somebody on the show,
Yeah.
and Heather's like, I hear her saying stuff, and I hung up with you. You are not going to talk about that. You are not going to bring up their names again. You're not going to do that. You guys just need to drop it.
We didn't bring up anyone's names.
No, we never did. But I said, he says, if you when your thing's done, maybe you guys can talk about it. But now you just have to stop talking. It's like, okay, but so he called me. He wanted somebody to come on and give their side of the story of what they heard, and he was like, no.
Oh yeah, I had a few people say no. Now it turns out that I'm the most hated person in the world. You know, like I talked to my therapist since I've been going to therapy.
Yeah.
Since this whole incident, therapy has been going on every day.
Yes.
Check my therapist, and
The rapist.
Yeah. Then my therapist said, this person's semi-psychopathic or psycho. And yeah, I guess
a semi-psychopath. Semi-psychopath.
Yeah, semi-psychopath. And then I sent a screenshot, and I didn't get to respond back in time because I was driving. And then they blocked me, and I was gonna tell them, "Have you seen the movie Seven Psychopaths? You're all 7 of them." Great movie.
One person. Could you imagine one person playing a movie? I mean, it's just a movie we would make of the same person, just in different wigs or whatever. They're all 7 psychopaths.
The movie Seven Psychopaths is just the same character, just doing just different wigs, different lipstick.
Oh shit! Hey, did you think of any pet peeves this week?
Yeah,
I came up with a shitload of pet peeves because I'm autistic and lots of things bother me.
Yeah, one is when going to the movie theaters.
Yeah,
people that leave the trash there.
Oh yeah, especially when there's like 10 garbage cans on your way out.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, just grab what's remaining and just throw on the way out. And people that just leave their shit there, or don't care, they drop popcorn everywhere. They just like they make it like Like I know every time I go somewhere, I consider it my home.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna treat it as if it was my home, or just even like another thing, putting your cart away.
Yeah,
Like every
that's
time I go to
you and
Target,
I you and I talked about that. It's a huge pet peeve of mine.
yeah, that's another one.
Like
Another
especially when there's like 12 different cart return places and they leave it in the middle. I've seen people who are parked next to a cart return and they still leave it in like the tree thing in the middle of the parking and take up a
they just
parking spot. Yeah. It's like
they just
you
go
well,
wheelie
yeah,
onto the
5 feet away, you could have easily have returned your cart. Fucking piece of shit.
another one is when people just fucking leave the lights on. And then even I don't know, I guess that's from my dad. Just like leaving every light on in the house, and it's like, dude, no one's over there. Like, what? I don't know. I don't pay electric bills, but yeah, coming from a Mexican household, these broke ass niggas, they know.
Well, it's not. I had friends growing up that the guy my friend when he became an adult, basically when he was like 20, he dropped out of college, living at home, coaching baseball for like little league, had no job, and his dad went around and counted all the light bulbs that were on in the house and put a value to it. And
Oh
he
shit,
and
he's a genius.
then he went around and he's like, I went around while you were gone today. I went and I gave a price to every one of your comic books that you have in your room. You don't have a job. You're living here rent free. And so here's what everything you buy with our money and keeping lights on would cost you. So you have 30 days to get a job and move out.
Oh no.
I don't know if this is a trend or it's a pet peeve, but I'm going to tell you a trend or pet peeve that I'm not liking. It's the overboard with the tattoos. Like I have a couple of tattoos, but they're
Oh,
not like when you see someone who is shoulder to wrist tattoos or the neck tattoos or the face tattoos or their legs are just like one continuous tattoo and facial piercings. Like I can't stand the people with the freaking horseshoe in their noses and piercings in their lips. Um,
wow. I used to have one.
yeah, well, you don't anymore. That's why I can stand you. Yeah, thank
Oof.
God you got rid of it. Oh, and the other trend is now women. It used to be like you looked in the mirror before you left the house to determine if the 3/4 shirt that showed your belly button, if you were worth wearing it. And now there are so many women that were like, well, it's the trend. I'm going to wear a little half shirt. And that would be like me wearing a half shirt everywhere.
Facts.
it's it's like someone I want to be an advisor. I to tell you whether it looks good or not. You don't know how many times I'm like walking the mall. You really think look good wearing that? Did you look in the mirror? Did someone tell you you look? It's kind of like American Idol when people would get up there and sing, and you could tell that people had lied to them their whole life and told them what great singers.
That's fucked up, right?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. You should be a singer. And you get on and they can't keep a freaking note at all. And they get pissed when someone tells them the truth.
Well, it's just like me, how I Ryan Gosling you on the weekend. Well, dude, I was like, I gotta find you
I get that because I've always wished I could wear certain style of clothes and like the Ryan Gosling uh Steve Carell look in Crazy Stupid Love is like, oh man, if I could dress like that every day, I would love it. But for me and my size,
I
that's
think
like $1,000 a day.
you can. You just gotta get it tailored and just take it to the cleaners every now and then. Just gotta like my dad when he got married. Um, like I like my pants when they go a little higher. You
Yeah.
gotta show off the socks. And my dad, I was like, Dad, I was like, that suit doesn't fit you, you know? Like it looks like you got it from the attic, and it's like You look like one of those attorneys that just like it's my first day on the job, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I, like you said, I guess I could
But
get things tailored. Like there's a place that has suits online and they're like $50 to $70 for a 3-piece suit. And they have it in my size. So you get a sport coat, pants, and a vest. And they're like I said, they're like $50 to $70, but they come untailored. The pants are not, they're just,
oh yeah,
you gotta get them tailored. And I need things tapered and hemmed.
yeah.
And
Like
so,
not to cut you off,
yeah,
but like the day of the ceremony, like dude, you look spiffy.
those are my same jeans I wore over the weekend.
Those are the same jeans.
Yes,
Yeah, I figured you were wearing jeans. Oh well, you pulled it off that day,
I
but I
did.
don't know. I don't know about that picture you sent me. I was like, oh, man,
It was
that feels
that sport coat I wore that day was a size too small, so I really couldn't even button it.
you don't have to button it.
I don't, but I think the vest, I had a vest on that day, even if it's a sweater vest, like it was a sweater cardigan style sweater vest, I think that makes the look better.
Yeah,
I mean, when I see a guy walking with I'm so turned on.
just like rock hard.
Yeah. I've never wanted to fist somebody so much more than when I see somebody in a sweater or in a sweater vest. Even myself.
Hey, so,
When I'm wearing a sweater vest, I'm like, man, I want to put my fist in my ass.
hey, let's say you walk hard,
I was so hard, and then I wasn't hard again, and then I thought of you, and I got hard.
and then I got hard again because you were wearing a cardigan.
Let me another pet peeve of mine because we just did it is when someone doesn't ask for like I don't ask for their opinion, and they'll be like, "Your hair looks like shit." Like,
Your hair
whoa,
looks amazing.
what do you mean it
I'm
looks
going
like?
full
What do you mean it looks like shit? Well, I'm just being honest. No, honest is like, hey, does my hair look good? No, it really you need to get a haircut. Me not asking for your honesty and saying you're being honest is just being mean.
You think so?
I think so because I like if I have an awareness of myself. There's so many people that aren't aware of what's going on in their life or what
Yeah.
they look like. But I have an aware like I'm pretty sure if I made a list of all my faults, people would be like, yeah, that's for all your lists. And and so I feel like if I asked you, do I cut you off all the time? Am I pompous? Am I annoying? And you said, yeah, you're all three of those things. Be like, okay, you're being honest. Thank you. But if you just walk up to me and say, you're this is ridiculous, you look like shit, you always interrupt me, and they say, hey, I didn't ask you for that. Oh, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No one almost got jumped. We, me and my friend, we just came from playing pool, and he knows everyone. And then some car pulls up, and he knows a guy. And then the girlfriend, she had the most annoying voice. And I was already having a few drinks, and I was just like, "Your voice is really annoying." She didn't ask me. I just told her. But they drove off, whatever. And then in the middle of the drive-through, this guy just walks out and comes towards us, and just like, "You shouldn't say it to my girl." I was joking. I was like, "I'm sorry." And he's just like, he literally left his car in the drive-through at Jack in the Box. There's Del Taco. They just came up to me and just like, "Yeah, my girlfriend's hurt." He said her voice is annoying. I was like, "Fuck!" Like, there goes my mouth again.
So honest. All right. Well, I got to get on with the cleaning for Thanksgiving. And so I got to go. I'm getting messages from my wife like, where are you? And so I'm going to go and figure out what I can do to help that situation. And I think we got enough to record a short episode, but I think it's worth it. I have a possible guest for next episode, a special ed attorney, friends with me on Facebook. She says, I want to be on your podcast.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, okay, let's do it.
Let me know the day and time.
Yep, absolutely.
And Keep it a surprise.
All right, I gotta go. We'll talk to you later. Have a great
All right,
Thanksgiving.
later.
This is the theme song for the Lust2Learn show. With Mr. Rick and Marco, now it's time to go. We reached out for help, but no one would reply. So we turned to AI, hope it don't make you cry. We can't sing or rap, it's painfully clear. But listen up, folks, and lend us your ear. Turn up the volume and watch us on the app. Hope what we say don't make you need a nap. This is our theme song, though it ain't so great. At least we tried, man. That's our fate. We emailed around, but got no reply. I wrote these words, hope they don't make you sigh. Rick and Marco try, but they just can't flow. So this funny little song is all we can show. We can't sing or rap, it's painfully clear. But listen up, folks, and lend us your ear. Turn up the volume and watch us on the app. Hope what we say don't make you need a nap. This is our theme song, though it ain't so great. At least we tried, man. That's